What is up, everybody? I am Rue. This is David with Rocket Sword Games, and we are here to talk to you today about some of our favorite settings in pop culture. So I'm going to go right off the rip.
Okay.
And the most intriguing one, I think, as a kid from Star Wars was Coruscant.
Hmm.
Just a planet-sized city, or a planet that is just one city,
Mm-hmm.
just enamored me. I was like, that's insane. Like, so cool. Flying cars and all these skyscrapers.
That would be pretty crazy. What about a massive city is interesting to you? Is it interesting to you from just dude, that's crazy? Or
I think, yeah,
storytelling or
I think as a kid, it was like, never thought of that, never pictured it. It was just
Mhm.
like, whoa, that's cool. Like, and it looked cool.
Mhm.
As an adult, I'm like, never want to live there. Like, playing inside a city, all right.
Yeah. Friggin' screw that, dude. I live in a tiny city and I hate it.
But I don't know, like it always just looked cool to me. I was like, wow, that's sick. Just
Dang flying cars
yeah,
always speeding by my house.
neon lights everywhere.
Get out
Basically,
of
just
my
New York City everywhere. I guess.
Yeah.
As a kid growing up in a small town, I was like, that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. That's true. We grew up in the town of 1,500 people in the middle of the desert. We grew up as Luke Skywalker, shooting womp rats. Swamp rats, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Womp Rats.
Freaking, yeah, we were hunting rattlesnakes on our bicycles, riding 10 miles to our buddy's house. So, yeah, Coruscant was definitely
We'd go swimming at the docks.
another world for sure. Just completely
Yeah.
fantasy land. Yeah, I like Coruscant. I love, they never made it, but do you remember level 13 or level
1313.
Yeah, 1313.
Yeah.
That game would have been freaking so
Would have been
cool.
so cool. Yeah. I
Yeah.
immediately thought of that when we
Yeah.
started talking about this.
For some reason, I love like the 1313 is like that many levels down below into like the subterranean
Yeah.
environment in Coruscant. Like they had to dig downwards because the city's so huge. And it's like city on top of city, and a bunch of scummy criminals live down there and everything, and it's like just tougher environment to come up in, and it's supposed to be a bounty hunter. But I love environments like that. Like even in Ascension Quest, like the World Maw is like
Yeah.
inspired by that. Shield Rock kind of.
Yeah, the deep.
Like I just like that symbolic uh environment almost.
Yeah.
Like the rich sitting on top of the
Sitting
poor
on their ivory towers.
in the ivory towers. But literally like it feels
Yeah.
like it represents it well in the world,
Yeah.
It lends itself to good storytelling. You feel for the people in the deep. You feel for the guys in 1313. You want them to get out of there, So I don't know. I always like that. I'd say let's just stay on Star Wars for a little bit because there's so much to explore there. Hate the sequels, like despise them, don't enjoy them at all. But I thought Jakku was actually a really cool planet where they opened up at with Rey.
That was the Junker planet, right?
Yeah, because it's a desert planet, which at first you're like, oh, it's a desert. But I like that they had all the
Like,
crafts,
another Tatooine.
ships, and like you said, a Junko planet where like a lot of the economy is scavenging and mining and scrapping old ships, and especially in Star Wars with like so many iconic ships and things to look at. It's just made for like really cool imagery, and I liked when they were flying the TIE fighters through it and fighting and stuff. So I enjoyed Jakku. Hated the sequels now. But when episode 7 first came out, I was like, this ain't bad.
I don't think I've gone back. I don't hate 7.
Yeah.
7 was like a copy of 4, and it was still good. It was still decent.
Mm-hmm.
It was the other 2 that just
Yeah. I told Rue this the other day. Like I just you remember when everybody was talking about the Roman Empire and they were saying like how many times a day does a male think about the Roman Empire? I had texted Drew and I was like, I think the new version of that is how often do men think of the sequels letting us down?
Yeah. So much.
Yeah.
So much.
But
Hurts my
it's
heart.
funny. I've had a conversation like 3 times this week about it. It's just stupid. Quit taking up so much of my life. Star Wars sequels,
That's how
Kathleen
they
Kennedy,
win. That's how she
Disney.
wins.
Yeah. Move on. Any of those Star Wars planets while we're on it?
Yeah, I don't remember how it's pronounced. Mustafar, however.
Mm.
I can't remember exactly, but it was I think it's like a lava planet that's like used as a forge
Mm-hmm.
to manufacture stuff. Obviously it's a brooding home base for
Mm-hmm.
Vader, but
Mm-hmm.
but the aspect of like using those resources in these like freaking lava waterfalls,
If that's what they're doing.
which I think I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure. Could be
I
wrong.
mean, those robots flying around
I
that they're
didn't
jumping
Google
on
it.
top of seemed like they were
Yeah.
collecting something.
They were collecting something. They had little
Yeah.
platforms. Maybe it was just for that fight scene. They were like, we got to prep.
Yeah, we need some cool stuff.
There's
We
gonna
just
be a
shot the
fight.
whole thing on a green screen. We didn't even know it was going to be on a lava planet.
No, I think I think Mustafar I thought was just cool. I mean, obviously the fight scene is sick,
Yeah.
but just that like using the natural resource and lava friggin' rivers.
Yeah. I think Rogue One too, when they go back though, and it's like Darth Vader's brooding temple or whatever. Like that's like iconic masterclass villainy, you know?
In Rogue One?
Yeah, and he's there in Rogue One when Krennic or whatever comes and talks to him.
Oh yeah, yep.
And it's just cool. Yeah. It reminds me of a syndrome from The Incredibles with the lava door that opens. Like
Yeah.
I thought that was sick. Actually, the door to Shield Rock, the waterfall splitting, inspired by the volcano door in The
Really
Incredibles.
incredible.
Yeah. um. Yeah. No, those so many great ones on Star Wars, and we have a lava destroyed place called the Ashen Barrens that I really like. And at first, I was literally like, we need that kind of imagery, like volcanoes and ash, and just a desolate landscape. And we named it the Ashen Barrens. And then I was like, well, why would the Ashen Barrens be there? And like, how did it come to be? Do we want to make this just like a part of the geology, or is it like the gods impacting the world? And we ended up landing on Vulcan ad to unleash the fullness of his power to stop the corruption from Dodell from spreading. And so now, like, the Ashen Barrens kind of have this somber, like, sad feeling to it.
Yeah.
And like, it's a skull left on the world by Vulcan doing his thing.
Do you think it's still sad by the time gameplay happens? Because a lot's
Well, no,
changed.
yeah. By the time gameplay happens, it's kind of like taking that and making it something more,
Yeah.
and just using what you have and creating like forges, like the Orthrim live there and craft awesome things, and the Gorkins' home is there. They were buried in a pit, and they slowly climbed out and created a civilization as they climbed. So they're like the ultimate mining guild, and they have a city that plunges all the way into the earth.
Yeah.
And that's called the World Maw. And the Guardian Tree is the goodness gracious, I'm blinking. The Imbo something we put there. But it's a world tree that a lot of the Ashen Oaks come from.
Yeah.
Which are like Sylphin, they're like tree folk type people. But yeah, and that's created a whole order, like almost like a druidic order of protectors in that area and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of good though now, but there's still like ash
Yeah. Like it's still
statues of
dangerous and
yeah.
still reminiscent of what happened.
Yeah, there's Pompeii statues like all over the place.
Yeah.
And just reminders of what happened there and why. It's one of the most like consistent reminders along with Still Castle of like the god's presence in the world.
Yeah.
So I like that place a lot actually. And it started out as just like volcanoes would be sick.
We need some desert and volcanoes, man.
Freaking A. I mean that is what world building actually is.
You know, it'd be sick, bro.
if we had like floating sky islands, like Avatar, and then taking that and exploring it, or whatever. Speaking of Avatar, I think that's a cool setting. Phone goalie plus blue aliens and freaking
Hairs
ponytail
and
sex. Just, I'm sorry. No, that
I mean,
movie is
it's a
weird, but it's a
PG-13
cool
movie,
movie.
so you can say it, I guess.
Yeah, the movie's cool actually, and I loved the floating islands and like the kind of tribal vibe and protecting what's important to them. Like there's a lot to draw from and appreciate, and the creature design is really cool. Um, the like technology coming in and invading that space is cool. There's a lot that I like about it. Even the mech like design is
Yeah.
neat. And I thought the visuals of those movies are actually pretty fantastic. Yeah. What is there any non Star Wars settings that you really vibe with, or do you like Avatar?
I do like Avatar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mainly
I
because of
wouldn't say,
ponytail stuff.
yeah, dude. Big blue ladies and ponytails.
Whoa! You took that way too far, bro. So you're not a Smurf guy. They're too little. Oh gosh.
Gross.
Sorry.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I always liked Avatar. I never loved it. I was not on the hype train.
Yeah, I
I think
was
it's a cool
not.
world.
I'm not like a diehard fan
Yeah,
by
I
any
think it's a
means,
cool world.
but I just think visually it's like a really cool,
Yeah,
appealing place.
for sure.
Yeah. The I'd say like one of the ones that I really loved exploring in video games and like learning about and having fun with was Borderlands.
Really.
Borderlands is just a goofy world to enjoy, and there's actually cool lore and stuff too. And they're telling stories and like commenting on larger socioeconomic
Yeah.
issues and stuff. But really, you're there to goof off and enjoy like this sci-fi cowboy world and Wild West and yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it, but the I think the thing that like made Pandora so fun was like variety, and they just told whatever stories they kind of wanted to in that world. Um, but the humor was like a big part of it. It just got a really unique
Yeah.
tone compared to
Oh
like
yeah.
most games and stories. I feel like people have tried to mimic it a little bit, but it's hard to do without being cheesy now.
Authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like because they were the original, they were
Yeah.
authentic.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly, even they kind of lost,
Yeah.
which happens with a game like that. Something.
The writing in 4 was okay, but yeah, those still it's just lost some of the charm over the years. I think part of it is I'm getting older too, so when they make the references now, it's for
That's true.
a younger generation, so it might not hit the same for me or something, but
That's
yeah,
true.
I outgrew Borderlands. I'm too cool for Claptrap not being able to climb stairs. Just kidding, that's always great. I love when things aren't handicap accessible.
Jeez, that's a weird stance to take.
My perfect setting.
Sheesh.
Goodness gracious. Do you have any others off the top of
So
your head?
it's not. I don't think it's like a great example, but the first or the last thing that comes to my mind uh, is Elden Ring, and I think it's probably lesser for the reason we're talking about. But
Mhm.
it's just such a beautiful, cool, like going into that world, and you could see everywhere you could go, and you could
Mhm.
just walk there,
Yeah.
and it just the kind of different regions, and then the expansion added to that, and just
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just such a pretty game. It was not like I would want to
I
live there.
loved I love the intro where you open the door or
Yeah.
whatever and you walk outside and you see like the
Well, there,
big
yeah,
golden tree in the distance and everything like and I knew from the beginning that yes, everything was going to be accessible for the most part.
Yeah.
Everything you saw, you could actually go to, which was crazy. And even then, you went into like the elevator and went down into the
Down below,
other
yeah.
realm, and I'm like, what the heck? There's even more, and it's like seamless as you're going down. And yeah, the visuals are super stunning in that game, and the monster design is great in that game. I love the monsters.
Oh,
Like
so good.
I was creating a thumbnail for last podcast on monster design, and I was looking at like Elden Ring monsters. I'm like, dude, a lot of these are too gross. Like, I don't know if I could put this on here.
Yeah.
And then I chose almost disgusting one and put it on there. And now I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
I
You
could have
could
done
done
that
anything.
gross
You could
snake
done
boss.
Rykard.
It's
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
Him
Like that guy was nasty, bro.
or the grafted.
But dude, that fight was incredible.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is, but that one really stuck with me. It was so cool.
I don't think that was. It was a really fun one. I don't think it stuck with me as much as like Radon, some of the more difficult ones.
Radon was awesome,
Because Rykard was
but
cool and fun, but you had the weapon that kind of like
trivialized it a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the most impressive for me from a
Gameplay.
gameplay
Yeah, yeah,
perspective. I just thought the second phase and everything falling and like
yeah,
the way it escalated looked really cool. And he was so creepy initially. They definitely could have made it a little harder, but I enjoyed that one. And then the massive file giant was like a simple design, but just the scale. Like I'm a
oh
big
yeah,
fan of big scale, to be honest. Like
yep,
even in our world, the halberd that pierces the clouds, and um, yeah, everything is bigger in the Century Quest. But whenever games manage to do that, like Shadow of Colossus and stuff, I love that. I love Marvel.
the Earth.
Specifically, actually, you know what I love? X-Men 97 is a sweet setting because it's nostalgic. It takes me back to my roots.
Yeah,
But it also explores like again more deep concepts, but in like a really fun, almost childish way. And obviously, like when you get into it, it's not super childish. Like it's pretty aggressive with some of the storytelling, but they manage to keep it light enough to where it's not like super duper heavy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, like Magneto's speech in that though just hits on so many levels and feels really relevant and makes you want to see people more. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Um, and yeah, I think the animation's cool. It's like pure escapism for me. It's complete nostalgia trip combined with just solid animation and storytelling. It's fun. And I always liked the X-Men. I liked the mutants and being like
yeah,
uh almost what's the word, like a form of a convict basically, like you're the bad guy and the hero at the same time. I don't know, we always played mutants growing up, so
yeah.
there's always been like a weird fascination with mutants for me, so
That's true. Yeah,
yeah.
I never was sure. I couldn't remember the time frame. Like if that was just because of superheroes
Hmm.
or mutants and masterminds. But
Yeah,
yeah, I remember us playing like mutants and whatnot.
yeah. You were blue speed
Blue speed. Yep.
and I was um the chameleon. I was like a lizard
Yeah.
dude who could burrow for
But the
some
most
reason
powerful
and turn
one
invisible. The most powerful mutant of them all,
ever.
it was my sister,
Yep.
and she could put tapeworms in people by doing
Yep.
this.
She just do this, and
And
somehow it would open
and
doors.
remind you, this is like a 7-year-old girl at the time when we're playing
Yeah.
mutants, and she's going around solving every single one of the world's problems with
You would
tapeworms like
you
this.
would get so
And
mad.
I'd get mad because I'm like, I built this cool character in my
Yeah.
head. I'm this
She's
chameleon
like,
dude.
I opened the
Eh,
door. I turned my tapeworm into a key, and you're like, no, that's not how this works.
I was like, I'm like, there's 30 dudes that we all have to fight. And she's like, I killed them all. I'm
Yeah.
like, how dare you trivialize this combat right now? It was the earliest day of role playing. We were just doing LARPing, basically.
Yeah. We were just running around.
Freaking age. Chelsea, you're such a goofball. Why a 7-year-old knew about tapeworms and thought they were the most powerful entity in the universe. I don't know if she was just trolling me, because she is a troll. She's got big troll
I don't
energy.
know. I remember her being kind
But
of serious about
she
it.
was serious.
Like maybe it started as a troll and then was just like, no, this is me now.
This is who I am.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
tapeworm
not a
girl.
phase.
Oh my gosh. Freaking love it. Comment below your favorite settings from any world, any IP. And thanks for sticking around this long. It is 10:44 here in Idaho. And
Yep.
we are very tired. And it's time to tackle some more work, because we appreciate you guys so much. So thank you, all 5 of our listeners. We'll see you next time. Do you want a chest bump first real quick? Would that help you?
What?
Get you amped a little bit?
Why do you want us to touch chests?
Just like touching your chest, bro, with my chest.
No.
A slow chest bump?
That sounds worse.
I said chest bump too instead of chest bump.
Gosh. All right. On that note,